Hi, it's Casey at Cristo Rey Farm, and I'm making this video to share with you a very simple way to take the leaf lard from your pig or the back fat or any of the fat and render it into lard. It's very simple and easy to do that. So I'm going to show you how to do that in this video and also really quickly tell you about the incredible value that lard has in your diet. Lard is very versatile. Not only is it great in cooking, you can also use it to make soap, to make candles, as a moisturizer, and it's very economical. So it's about the same price as butter. So that's pretty good. $3.99 a pound for an entire pig, and you get all of your fat, and you can render that fat into lard and use it for a lot of different things. So in terms of cooking, it's a very stable fat. It's got a smoke point of 400 degrees, and so that's a lot better for you. It won't go rancid when you're cooking with it. It breaks down slowly in your body, so it's very good fat. It doesn't have as many free radicals that form when you're eating lard. It's very high in the good saturated fats, and in the monosaturated fats are also high. It's really close to olive oil. A low-fat diet is what really leads to a rise in your triglycerides, which can cause heart disease. So you need good fat, healthy fat in your diet in order to be healthy, in order for your brain to be fed, which your brain is cholesterol, and lard is very high in good cholesterol. It really helps balance your hormones. We need good fat to have healthy fertility. A lot of people struggle with PCOS and different conditions. Lard is really good for that, and it's high in vitamin D. Pastured pork is high in vitamin D. Pigs can really absorb a lot of sunlight through their skin. So, and when they're eating grass and all of the stuff in the ground, rooting and digging around, you have a product that's higher in vitamins and minerals than what you might find at the grocery store. So also, this is really interesting, that lard helps pull toxic metals out of your body. And there's a lot of metals in our body, like aluminum, from all the different aluminum products that we eat, food from. Lard is really great in cooking, okay? It's not hydrogenated, no hydrogenated oils. It's high in omega-3s. It's got 1/4 of the amount of saturated fat that butter does. It's got 2 times more monosaturated fat. So some of the things that lard is great for, I mean, you will make killer fried chicken. And I don't mean killer as in will kill you. I mean, it is so good that people will freak out. Your family will freak out. And what it does is make the crust of that fried chicken really crispy and just perfectly crunchy, that texture that we all love in fried chicken. It makes the most amazing pie crust because the fat particles, the fat crystals, are larger. So it just makes a really flaky pie crust, and it blows butter away. Once you start cooking pie crust with lard, you will never go back to butter or anything else. And it doesn't impart that much flavor into the food, if any. Okay, so if you're using the leaf lard, especially the leaf lard is the fat that's around the kidneys. It doesn't impart any pork flavor, whereas maybe your back fat might impart a little more flavor. So it makes the most amazing biscuits. Slap your mama biscuits. Now don't slap your mama, okay? That wouldn't be good, but these biscuits are so good. You're like, Mama, what has been wrong all these years? These biscuits are amazing. So biscuits that just can't be beat. Your family will just be gobbling them down and always asking you to make more. You'd be very popular if you make biscuits with lard. So I'm going to now share with you a super simple and easy way that you can take the fat from your pig and render it into lard. And lard can be kept in the refrigerator or in the pantry in a dark place for a long time, and you can just keep using it. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So I'm going to turn my camera around and show you how to quickly and easily make yourself lard. So you really don't need that much in your kitchen to make lard. So what you want to get out right away is you want your lard. So here's some leaf lard right here that I have. Pork leaf fat from our pastured pigs. And then my cutting board, and I have some containers to put the lard in after it's done cooking. So, and then I'm gonna cook it in a Dutch oven in the oven at 225 for 4 to 5 hours. So we're gonna cut this pork up into very small pieces. And that's because if you cut it up, then you're gonna get a lot more fat out of it, a lot more of the lard out of it, because you're breaking down the tissues in the fat. Because even though it's the fat from around the kidney, the leaf lard, there is, other kinds of pork in there. First, I'm gonna cut the fat up into strips, and then I'm gonna cut the strips into little chunks like this. We're gonna transfer it into the Dutch oven. I'm gonna turn it on low, just to get the fat going and to lubricate the bottom of the pan so it doesn't burn when it's in the oven. So you can see there's a little layer of fat on the bottom, so I'm just gonna stir that around to coat the sides of this Dutch oven. So I pulled this out and it's doing really well. I'm just gonna give it a little stir and put it back in. You don't have to pull it out of the oven, but I just did so that people could see what it looks like, as everything cooks down. So maybe another hour. The cracklings are now golden brown, so it's time to strain them out. You definitely want to save all the lard you possibly can, so give your strainer a good tap before putting the cracklings on a plate. Sprinkle salt on these and let them cool, and that is really something yummy. I poured the liquid lard into this jar, and since we use it up rather quickly, I didn't really take the time to filter it. You can use a coffee filter or a cheesecloth to really get it filtered really well if you want your lard to store for a long time and not go rancid. If there's any particles in there, that's where you have, the possibility of mold or something like that. So if you're gonna store your lard for a really long time, or if you don't use very much of it, then you definitely wanna take more time to filter it. But since we cook a lot and use a lot of lard, then we would, use this up quickly. So now we poured this liquid lard into this jar, and so as quickly as possible, I want to put the lid on and then put it in a dark storage space. And then tomorrow when it cools, it's going to be white, and I'll show you that. So here it is. This is the final product. Last night it looked like a liquid oil, and it has cooled, and now it's beautiful white lard that I can use in cooking. I actually made tacos last night. I took some corn tortillas and I sauteed them in some lard, and I can use this to fry anything. I can use it actually like butter on toast. Anyway, this stuff is really great for you. It feeds your brain. Your brain's made of cholesterol. It's got good cholesterol, and it helps balance your hormones. So it's a super healthy fat to cook with, to bake with. Again, making the best biscuits, the best pie crust, the best fried chicken. So that Southern Maryland fried chicken will take on a whole new dimension with this used to fry it in. So, and add a little bacon grease to that, and boy, you got some good eating.